When this delusional ex-wife tried to play pretend lawyer in front of the judge, he shut her down and humiliated her in record time.
Ms. Wilson, you can proceed.
My objection obviously has to do with the fact that the evidence that I submitted to the court was not properly scanned in. I have no idea what did actually end up on his desk and what ended up not being on his desk to be able to correct the situation. But nor am I versed in Zoom to be able to screen share.
Ma'am, you understand that in the notices and the whole thing on the Zoom, it tells you that you're responsible for those documents, and you're responsible for making sure that you are able to screen share those and present those to the court.
And the next issue was the fact that Referee Crotos had stated in previous proceedings that he disliked breaking up testimonies from witnesses. I did not subpoena two of the witnesses that I was going to have to recall due to that fact. I have no idea what he admitted to not ever calling me back, never contacting me, and there was no opportunity for me to rebut his testimony as an expert witness.
You called, didn't you call a CPS worker and had that person testify?
I had the one person, yes.
Okay, so you know how to get somebody to testify then, correct?
Yeah, and I was not afforded the opportunity to get the evidence I needed for an expert against an expert witness.
You could have subpoenaed an expert for either of those particular hearings.
And I would have if I knew what the plaintiff's expert witness was going to testify about.
You can't just say, well, geez, they've presented their witnesses and now I think I need an expert. That's not how trials work, ma'am. You have to have your witnesses present and available for testimony.
And I understand that. However, the simple fact is the expert witness that the plaintiff called would not contact me back. And I have no idea what he's going to witness against. So therefore, I have no recourse as to this is the expert witness that I would call to counter his testimony.
The other party's experts are not required to contact you back. They're not required to have any communication with you. They're the other party's witnesses. They're the other party's expert, and they testify at trial. And you have to prepare your case, just as Mr. Vollmerine had to prepare his case, and present the case as best you can. Obviously, so you have a disadvantage a little bit because you're representing yourself, but that's the responsibility that you take on when you represent yourself and don't have an attorney. So that's unfortunate. Anything else?
I do have something that's slightly off topic that has to do with paperwork and filing in your guys' office, if you wanted to hear about it.
Well, if it doesn't go to the objection, I don't care to hear about it because it's not before the court today.